Oh, this is some exciting news indeed, exciting news indeed. I can't wait to share them all with you. I'm Sweepin92 and welcome to my little discussion here. Oh my god, I can't even follow my script here. The release date for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga has been revealed, and it's the 5th of April 2022. So a little over 3 months, I would say, and or a little over 2 months, I would say, 2.5 months, and it's so much exciting, so much exciting. And if you don't want any spoilers for mechanics or anything like that, I recommend ending this video right now, because I'm gonna be talking about the mechanics that we see in a trailer that they released. Oh, and I will talk about it, because not explain them too much, but rather just talk about them or what we see, my reaction to this, and if there's anything I've seen that I'm wondering about, questions, and so on. A link in the description for a trailer, or for the trailer for this release. And let's get to the mechanics. Let's start with the new mechanics, that is the open LEGO Star Wars mechanic. Like in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, we will be able to travel to different planets, but this will be a more free system where you can just pull out a holomap and choose any planet within the Star Wars universe that's featured in the 9 movies. Now, they don't specify if you can go to any planet at any time. I guess you need to visit them first, maybe, I don't know, but there is of course a free play mode, which could be separate from the story mode. Now, in the beginning of the video, they do show you that you can choose whichever episode you want to start with. You can start with episode 9 if you want, and make your way backwards through 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, if you like. Or you can start chronologically and start with episode 1 and go to 9. Or you can start with how the movies were released, starting with 4 and then 5 and then 6 and then 1 and so on, you know. But the planets, they don't specify how you can visit them, in what order, but you can visit any planet that you like. And when you get to the planets, there is actually, you're in orbit actually. You don't arrive on the planet, you're actually in orbit. And right before they cut away in the trailer, you can actually see that there seems to be it's Poe Dameron's X-Wing, and you can see him arriving at Coruscant. But you can also see, right before they cut away from Coruscant there, you can see there's 2 districts at least. It seems to be even 3 districts, 2 of them which you can see the name of. It's the Financial District, and what was it more? Let's see, it was the Federal District, sorry, and the Uskru District, yeah. And I have no idea what districts those are. I'm guessing the federal one is some kind of police, maybe, and the Uskru is something else. Anyway, those are the 2 districts you can see in the trailer, and I'm wondering if there's gonna be more. And I mean, that means you can choose which district to land on, and I mean, how big are these districts? Who knows? I mean, we know that this game will be quite open world and will be much bigger than any other LEGO game, so it stands to reason each of these districts, they gotta be quite big. I mean, if you can choose between 2 districts at least, and they have to be quite big for them to work like that. But you can also see some other icons. For example, you have the 2 arrows on left and right there. I don't know what that is. That could be if you want to circle around the planet maybe, or it might be a point of interest in that direction. We also have some kind of missile icon down to the right, which I guess could be some kind of ammunitions pickup or something in space, maybe, or it's another district or some kind of landing zone. We also have the red diamond shaped one. I think that could be a space battle or some kind of mission. They do mention that you can engage in space battle at basically any moment when you're in space. That's at least how I took it. I'm not sure about that one though. That's how I interpreted it, like with random space battle, where you can just engage the enemy and fight in space battles. That is quite a nice thing. I would say I love the space battles in Lego Star Wars, and these ones, of course, seems more. They are much more free. You're not dragged along a path and get enemy ships to fight. It's very free flowing. You get to pilot any direction you want, just like in Star Wars: The Force Awakens, or Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Sorry. Oh, and I should mention this at the end of the trailer. They do actually confirm that there is a mumble mode. So you people who don't want the characters to talk English, you can have them classic Star Wars mumbling, which sounds even more fun in this version than it does in the original, in my opinion. Let's move on to something else. Now, let's go over the combat system. Now, the combat is, as we all know, very reworked. It's much more freely, and it even seems to be combo based, because they do mention combos, chain together combos. So that is very interesting, and it's like we're having a Bayonetta game here in Lego, or Devil May Cry, I don't know, or The Force Unleashed, I guess would be more appropriate. But anyway, the combat is very reworked. Even blaster characters seems to have combos where they can do different kind of grapples and attacks that chain together. You kick an enemy up in the air, you follow him up in the air, striking some more, then pull yourself down, start attacking the other player. This looks really nice. I wonder if this will be something for all characters, even, because we do see R2-D2 do some kind of I would say wrestle move, like he throws an enemy over his shoulders. Does he have shoulders? Or are those kneecaps? I don't know. You see what I mean here in the video. I wonder if that will be for all characters. Like, I would love to have like C-3PO doing a wrestle move and throw a Gamorrean guard to the ground. Oh god, just for the memes and lols and all that. Anyway, let's move on to the Saber characters, because yes, they seem to also have some kind of combat combos, so that is very nice to see. And as for Saber characters, yes, the Force is also more free. It reminds me more of The Force Unleashed, actually, where it seems you can pick up objects and actually throw them at enemies. This looks really nice. I wonder how this is going to be implemented for different kind of Force battles. Like, we've seen Lightning with the Emperor and Dooku being able to lift enemies up, and then you can like spin them around in previous games, and then throw them throw them away. I wonder if this will be in this game as well, where you can actually pick up enemies when you're shooting lightning at them, then just throw them in any direction. Would be so much fun. Same with like Darth Vader's choke. They do show off Force grip, actually, or I think they call it Force lift, but I think you can, like, for dark side users, it's Force grip, where you can actually lift up the enemy and throw the enemy away. They do show this in the trailer. And speaking of that moment in the trailer, this is where they show off how the skill tree works, because they do mention a skill tree in the game. Oh, skill trees. Skill trees for a Lego game, and this seems to be quite an evolved skill tree, because it's not just for all characters. It's actually for dark side users, bounty hunters, droids, light side users, smugglers, scavengers. It's I wouldn't say intricate, but it's quite big, bigger than you would expect actually. And with this you unlock new abilities like shock grenades for bounty hunters and new ways to torment C-3PO, as shown in the trailer. We do love tormenting little old C-3PO. Poor guy. He's been through so much, like we need to pull him apart even more. It would be fun if you could actually tear off his own arm and throw it inside something and then use the arm for something, but that would be weird, I think. I would love to see how Chewbacca works in this game. Oh my god. Anyway, as not only are there combos in the game, there's also counters, where you can actually counter an enemy, and I think that's what R2-D2 does. But I wonder if this skill tree will allow you to upgrade your counters, maybe make them more powerful or make them more reliable. Maybe you don't need to be a block at a perfect timing or something like that. They don't specify how the counters will work. This is quite a short, or not a short trailer, but it's a 6-minute video talking about the game, and it's not, they don't go into depths about how it works, but it looks good. And I think we will see this a lot more with the future Lego games in all genres now, or all kind of Lego games. And I wonder how that will work in some, but I mean, after this Lego Star Wars game, I mean, they almost would have to do that, because otherwise it won't. Maybe it will still sell good, but it will feel cheaper or not as loved or whatever. It won't feel as they put as much work into that Lego game as they do with this one. If they choose, if more Lego games are made, they will need to do this for like every future Lego game, which could feel a bit excessive or a bit too much for some franchises. But let's leave that and go through another thing that I want to talk about. Last thing I want to talk about is actually something I did not expect the game to have. Different ways of doing a mission. They actually show you different ways of doing a mission. First they show you like you can build 2 different things. Now this is not new. We have had that since, I don't know, many Lego games before. And but in those games you built one thing for clearing a path, and then maybe you built the other thing to do another thing that you needed to do. First you built that thing, then you broke it, and then you did the other thing, and then you completed the level. Or you built one thing and that revealed like a secret, and then you built another thing to progress the level. But here you can actually build 2 things, or possibly more, depending on what you want to do. Do you want to go blasters in? Do you want to just storm the enemy and just blast your way through? Or do you want to take a more stealthy approach throughout the level? They do show in the trailer, they show, for the example, they show the Poe Dameron and Finn when they escape from the... Isn't it an Imperial Star Destroyer? I can't remember what they call those ships, the First Order, but the First Order Star Destroyers at least. And from episode 7. I wonder, where can they put this into the game? Or where have they put this into the game at more points? At that point in the game and the story and the overall story of Star Wars, that makes sense. I guess if we get to play as Rey as she escapes from the Starkiller base, I guess we could get 2 different options there as well. One where she goes through just fighting her way through, and one where she goes stealthy. But we'll have to see that. Same with another time where that could be it is in when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan arrives in, is it Tapoka City it's called, on Naboo? I believe so. At least that city where Queen Amidala is in episode 1, where they either get to choose rush through everything or go stealthily through the level and get to the spaceport. Now, another thing that I just want to end on here is that they also mentioned that the game has over 300 characters. There's over 300 characters. Now, one or two of them might be a droid that's quite useless, like Gonk droid, mouse droid. Although mouse droids can be used to get into those access panels that you can't really go through if you're too big, so I guess that's good. Gonk droids I don't have seen any use for. You can also play as Boss Nass, if I saw that correctly, so that's something. But what I look forward to most with having so many different characters is that if you create your own character, you will have so many different templates to choose from. So many different things. We're gonna create some real Frankenstein's monster in this game. Oh, this Lego game will have plenty of Frankenstein monsters. Oh, I'm looking so much forward to playing this. I already pre-ordered mine for PlayStation 4 and I look forward to getting all of those trophies. I think I'm gonna play this game until I'm old, if I want to get all those trophies. This game seems to be the biggest and most, well, I guess that's already confirmed. It's biggest and the most, oh, what's that word? Most impactful, most developed, the most technical achievement in Lego Star Wars game history. I don't know. Anyway, it's a big Lego Star Wars game, or Lego game, and I'm so much looking forward to playing it. I'm been Swippy92, have a great life, and I hope some future videos. Again, 5th of April 2022 is the date for this game. The release is close. Have patience, my young Padawans. Oh god, that's so tacky.